I really want to talk about the big, fat, ugly elephant that's in the room when it comes to making money online, which is Amazon overplayed? Is it played out? Is it too competitive? I mean, this is ASM 6. Jesus, I thought they weren't going to do it again. There's probably got to be a million. The saturation is there. The opportunity's gone, blown, skits, caboodle. Did I miss the great gold rush of the internet and the 2000s? So if it's okay with you, Zane, can we talk about that first?
Oh, please do.
Excellent. So indulge me as we go down a little history, go down the route of a history, and I promise it'll be worth your while as you listen and as you watch me today to take this journey through history with me. Now, I was there when ASM1 first launched, and actually I was there before ASM1 even existed. There was a little tiny program called AMM, which was Amazing Money Machines. And they tested that out. They found people really liked this, and this was way back in the day, 2012, before my son was even born. And these guys were teaching people how to do FBA, and we tested them out on a webinar, and our people just went nuts. They bought it like crazy, which I like because I made a lot of money, right? But more importantly, a lot of these people came back to us very quickly and says, Jason, I'm making all this money. And I said, well, what's this? So when ASM1 comes and hits and goes live, Wilson Matos, who's my business partner, and myself here at Rapid Crush Inc., we go all in. We say, not only are we going to promote Amazing Selling Machine, but on top of that, we're going to start and create our own business. Now, here's the trip. And Zane, you know this, but a lot of people don't know this, is we already had a multi near eight-figure, very high seven-figure business at the time. And if you had to guess, Zane, what the general reaction was to my audience that I reached for and says, listen, I'm going to pause my business, take a lot of time away from my internet information business, and start a physical product business. What do you suppose their reaction was?
Pretty much the same as mine, which was, are you sure you want to walk away from this? I mean, you said something like $1,500 an hour you were making at the time?
Yeah, on a bad day, actually. But and that was a very polite way, because Zane's a very polite guy. Most of the customers were actually saying, yeah, right, I don't believe you. That's what they were basically telling me. Some believed me, though, and enough believed us at Rapid Crush Inc., even though we didn't have any fancy bonuses at the time. And we basically said, trust us, just listen to us, follow us. We're going to detail our journey with you and expose the curtain and find some extra innovations that we'll share with you, and only with you being a Rapid Crush purchaser, as what we called at the time an ASM Master. Okay? So some people took it, not a lot, but some, enough though to get this saying, let us win the affiliate competition, meaning that Rapid Crush Inc. referred more purchasers of Amazing Selling Machine the first time it was ever launched than anybody else that promoted it. And back then, a lot of people promoted it. So I was like, cool. We won top affiliate prize. More importantly to me, as I was like, wow, now it's time to get to work, because we got all these people who bought from us. So we got to make good and actually do what we said we were going to do and fulfill the bonuses and the promises that we said we were going to fulfill. And so we started digging around, and we started doing that. We started implementing it. We started up a little business on Amazon, and we kind of got behind. I wanted to immediately make some money, because I had a feeling that if ASM ever launched again, I wanted to come out there and show some really sweet screenshots and say, wow, look at all this money, and at the same time really have some sort of secret and say, listen, if you buy from me this time around, because I made a lot of money promoting ASM, and I made a lot of money on Amazon. I was hoping that I could say, I got two businesses now. They're both looking pretty damn good. Buy from me when ASM2 rolls around. So guess what happens? ASM2 does indeed, and in fact, roll around. And at this point in time, we can say, listen, we started this business, and even though we got far behind, we did one little trick, one little technique. And all of a sudden, we took our product, very competitive product on Amazon, two-word keyword phrase, ranked it #1 in all of Amazon. And immediately, even though the product wasn't even in its peak season, we're pulling in $10,000, $15,000 a month on this thing in complete autopilot. So when ASM2 rolls around, we say, look at these screenshots. And we also say, you know how we did this? We have a very secret that is not found anywhere, not taught by anyone, ASM or otherwise, that says they know how to sell on Amazon. Why don't you come and buy with us, and we'll give you this bonus, and we'll also give you these other things that we figured out over here and some of the software that we started developing, right? And guess what? A lot of people said to us, Zane, well, here's the funny thing. So a lot of people that looked at us in ASM2, they basically say you're a one-hit wonder. You got one product on Amazon, one time. Yeah, I believe you. You did find one breakthrough, and you're doing okay, but is that replicatable? Can people like me follow your lead and do this? And does it still make sense that we should focus and go out there and start selling on Amazon? So a lot of people were still skeptical, but some of them bought. And again, enough of them bought to make ASM2 very lucrative from us from an affiliate perspective, to the point of we were the #1 affiliate yet again. So ASM1, #1 affiliate, ASM2, #1 affiliate. And this was kind of getting interesting, because now people were looking at us and saying, wow, I really like selling on Amazon, and I don't want to promote it myself, Jason. I want to partner with you. And so Zane Miller, for example, is one of those very smart individuals who says, listen, Jason, I know this is the best deal for anybody who's interested whatsoever in buying on Amazon. They should absolutely buy ASM, because ASM is the best course out there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We can talk more about that later. But more importantly, your bonuses are in a league of their own, and I would pay more for just your bonuses than I would pay just to get into ASM. And it's funny, because you don't got to pay a single penny for our bonus. You just got to buy ASM through us, because that's just the promise we made in ASM1. We said we'll never sell these bonuses on their own. We will sell them through this program, and we stuck to it. We followed through with this. So then 6 months later, after the first 6 months was ASM1 to ASM2. Then ASM2 to ASM3 was 6 more months. ASM3 comes around, and it's like, all right, now we can show not only did we have more than one breakthrough, not only did our success go to the next level and our Amazon business started kicking butt, but our customers could see that our information business, which, by the way, at the time broke $10 million, was clearly not the thing we were focusing on and putting most of our effort in. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? We have this little on the cusp of 7-figure Amazon business already within the span of a year, and we're all excited, and we're putting more effort in that than our information business. And of course, along the way, we built some amazing proprietary software. We created whole communities, not around internet marketers, but communities around Amazon buyers, and then allowed our internet marketers who bought ASM through us, or with Zane and I here, have them access to those tools and those things. And at the time, there was no tools on Amazon, really, because it was still the Wild Wild West. Nobody really understood the power of Amazon, so there wasn't a lot of stuff you can buy related to Amazon outside of ASM. So ASM3 rolls around, and we said, this is the story now. See what we did here, and we have these other things coming down the pipeline. Do you believe us or not? If you believe us, you should buy this thing, because it's going to absolutely revolutionize what you're doing to try to make money online. Now, guess what happens in ASM3? We had about 300 and some people. Second time, we had about 400 and some people. ASM3 rolls around, and we have 1,300 and some people join us. So we quadrupled almost the amount of people who signed up from ASM1 up into ASM3. This is when it got real. Wow. You could very easily point to me as being instrumental in the whole change of what has happened in Amazon recently. I am one of maybe a handful of individuals, and Matt Clark and Jason Katzenbach being two of the other 3 individuals, us 3. And those are the co-creators of Amazing Selling Machine. Between us 3, we probably single-handedly changed the way that Amazon operates, which is the biggest e-commerce platform in the whole wide world. 17
that is no small feat.
Yeah, no small feat, right? 17 cents out of every dollar spent online is spent with Amazon. And I'm going to prove to you how I almost single-handedly changed the way that Amazon operates here in a bit. But this is interesting. We're almost done with the lesson, and I promise there's a big payoff for you if you keep and you follow along and you listen to me here as we go along. This is ASM3. So 6 months later, because we've established the pattern, every 6 months ASM launches. ASM4 rolls around. And 1,300 units at the time as an affiliate, me promoting a product. That was the record. No other affiliate in the history of internet marketing. And I had some help, like Zane and I. Zane gets the channel on YouTube because they said, listen, I need to reach these people because I wholeheartedly believe that selling on Amazon and selling with our bonuses through the ASM methodology, there's nothing that can beat it. So I said, Zane, let's hook up. Let's work together because at YouTube, let's reach them on YouTube. Let's reach them anywhere we can, everywhere we can. I felt I had an obligation. ASM4 rolls around. We already set the record. There can't possibly be any more people that exist out there who are open and willing to buy and invest the decent amount of money that it takes to get into ASM through us with the bonuses for free and then start with their own inventory. There can't possibly be any left. ASM4 hits, and then we sell, well, about 1,800 more people. Yeah.
Wow.
And now people are getting scared. And I'm talking scared in the sense of they're like, Jesus, there's too many people now selling on Amazon. They're all taking the same approach. Everybody's going at it the same way. And, Jason, even though not every ASMer unfortunately buys through you, as no matter how much we try, some of them come back and buy again from us because the first time they bought, they didn't know about us. And then so they're willing to rebuy the course again just to get our bonuses. We've had several hundred people do that. But people got very scared. they said, oh my God. Now, here's what's interesting, Zane. At the same time, some people started taking notice because a lot of money was being made selling ASM, and a lot of money was being made by the guys who created ASM. And I was making a lot of money as affiliate promoting ASM. So what do you suppose would happen when these other internet marketers who also create courses and also sell how to make money online and all this other stuff, what do you suppose happened around the time of ASM4?
All of a sudden, all the copycats started popping up.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault somebody trying to make a buck, but all of a sudden overnight, when nobody was an ASM expert or an Amazon expert for that matter, we had 100 or 200 or 300 of them, right? It's a very interesting concept. I make no comments on it because, like I said, everybody's got to make a buck some way or another. It's funny because none of them had the track records. And, like I've lived, eat, breathed, and slept. I've critiqued and analyzed individually over 2,000 Amazon sellers, their listings on Amazon. Nobody's put into work like we have. But again, what do you do when you substitute work? People say, well, gee, just buy my Amazon course. It's better, and it's only like 5 cents. They play it on price.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary to me because I don't play on price even at the other end of the spectrum. I say, let's line up our testimonials. Let's line up our success stories. Let's line up our results, and let's compare them 1 to 1. Hell, I'll give you 1 to 2, 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 20. I'll give you 1 to 100. Every one success story you can show me, I will show you 100 in return. And we didn't talk about price. Let's talk about value. Let's talk about results. And nobody's ever – I'll pay anybody $1,000 if they can show half the results that we can show, right? I'll pay anybody who finds that person $1,000 out of my pocket because they don't exist. That's the safest bet I've ever made in my life right there. But here's what's very funny. It's created confusion in the marketplace, unfortunately. And we have these two pressures now focusing in and clouding the individual's mind who's considering what's in my best interest when it comes to making money online. Which path should I pursue? Which route should I take? Where should I go at the expense of anything else that I could be following and doing? And that's scary because two forces, okay? Force number one, oh my God, all these people are now selling on Amazon. It's got to get diluted at some point. And force number two, all these competitors are going out there and muddying up the messages saying, no, I got the better way, or no, there's this other way here, or no, trust me, I got the new shortcut. That was old hat. This is the new thing, right? And they're trying to capitalize off the trend. ASM 5 rolls around, and this is in April of this year, 2015. And Matt and Jason were wholly convinced at that point in time, Zane, that was going to be the last one. And I even asked them specifically point blank because I wanted to know when I went out there and sold ASM again, I wanted to know if I could tell my clients, you got to get in now because it's now or never. So I asked them point blank. I said, Matt, Jason, I've heard, Michael Jordan retired how many times, right? Is it, in your mind, how final is this? And he says, Jason, I'm 85% confident we won't open this again. And I asked him why. And he says, you know what? For all the money that it makes us, and it's fantastic, I would rather just focus specifically on Amazon and on the people that are already in there, figuring out how we can get our success rate to about 100%, if possible, where every single person who invests and signs up makes money and makes way more than their investment back. And I said, that's fair, and I appreciate that. I just got to know because I want to go out to the market and let people know. ASM 5 rolls around. We sell now over 2,000 units, or close to 2,000 units. It was so close. All I know is we referred more people in the history than had ever been done before, which we had done in ASM4, and before that, which was ASM3. And of course, we were the #1 affiliate yet again. So there's been 5 ASMs. We've been the #1 affiliate all 5 times. I would like to attribute that to my good looks, my dashing personality, and my silver sharp tongue. But I don't think that's it. If you had to attribute to something, Zane, as somebody else, not me saying it myself, why do you suppose we have always been the #1 referrer to people who want to take ASM?
I think I can summarize in one word.
Yep.
Commitment.
You joined ASM. What ASM did you join?
2, actually.
2. Okay. So Zane was one of our first people that were in. He was one of the first few. And are we still supporting people who purchase from us in ASM2, still providing them insights, updates, cutting-edge strategy, and keeping them as competitive and as successful as ever?
Oh, absolutely. I've counseled with you a couple of times since then.
Yeah.
An absolute commitment.
And this is about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
right? So it's very simple. You just got to commit your heart and soul to it for several years, and you got to do it, not just sell it and not just teach it, but actually do it. And we have a brand now that does 7 figures on Amazon, and we have a new brand that we just started that has done already over $25,000 a month. So yeah, I mean, and that's not just our two brands. And then my business partner, Will's wife, she just broke $1 million on Amazon, and she started last year.
Whoa,
And then,
yeah, I heard about that. So
yeah.
she's at over $1 million now.
Yeah, and there's a very interesting story that where she ties into all of this, and I'm going to share that briefly. And then Will's mom, we just got her started. And by saying we got her started, what I mean is we gave her access to the same bonus that every member gets when they sign up with Zane and I here today off this video, which you could very easily do with the information that you see on the screen on this video here. And the funny thing is, she was, while waiting for her real product, she just sourced a really simple product instead, and she's already over $5,000 a month. And she just started. We said, send us over a screenshot. She doesn't know how to take a screenshot even. She took a picture of the screen and send it to us, right? So if you don't know how to take a screenshot, if that's the end of your technical limitations, it's okay. And that's one of the reasons why Amazon and ASM resonates with a lot of people. Now let's loop it all around, though, because like I said at the beginning, is it washed up? Is it saturated? Is the golden days over? Is it too competitive? If everybody's trying in the same way, if everybody's trying to fit through the same door, nobody gets through that door, right?